No more institutional quarantine for the international travelers who are coming to Karnataka. Thank you. Just think, hey, nan kelsa mugdide, let me just go ahead. No, please, it will be very helpful for please update your travel testimonial under the pinned comments. So much, and Arun, for giving me this particular update. A huge thanks to you because you've been updating me and I just made a video out of this. So guys, no more institutional quarantine for the guys who are traveling from other countries. Guys, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. This is Ashish Matthew for you. Welcome to another vlog. Alright, so before going ahead, okay, really sad to say that the previous 2 days back, the Friday was a Black Friday for the people of Kerala because two major tragedies struck on the same day. The first thing is in Munnar, Rajamala, there was a huge landslide. A lot of people have been stuck. Even now, the search for the people who are stuck under the rubble as well as sand is still on. Very much sad, and I pray for the people who have lost their life. Condolences, and government have been doing a great job. They have been donating a lot of money as well, but yes, people have lost their life, which is very sad. The main reason is because of the flood. A huge flood has struck in Kerala, and the second thing which struck was on the same day, by around 7:30 p.m. the flight which was coming from Dubai to Karipur airport got crashed. Okay, almost 18 people lost their life, but before that, a huge tribute to the pilots, Captain Deepak and Captain Akhilesh. They tried their level best to save a lot of people. Trust me, they have saved almost 151 lives because they wanted to empty the fuel tank, and then because they knew that there was some problem in the flight before crashing, so they have lost their life, but they have saved almost 151 to 152 people. 18 people have lost their life. Government is trying to help them as well, but these two incidents really struck the heart. A lot of people have been in emotions, okay, but let me just tell you, government is trying to help a lot of people as well. But yeah, condolences for the people who have lost their life. I have no other words to say because it was really sad to see the news, both the incidents on the same day, and on the other side a huge flood. But the most important thing which I would like to say is a huge thank and a tribute to the people of Kerala, especially the people of Karipur. Okay, remember guys, even though it is a containment zone, okay, they have come out and evacuated almost 75% of the people. I get goosebumps when I say that because they themselves came there even before the ambulances or the fire vehicle came there. These guys reached the place, helped a lot of people. They just moved them onto the hospital using their personal vehicle or the private vehicle, and they were ready to help people. Just remember, a lot of people have been affected by COVID in that area, but this did not stop them from helping people, and great. And there was another visual in which a lot of people have been standing in front of the blood bank donating blood for the people who have been affected. Guys, no words to say. God help you guys. God bless you guys. You guys have been awesome. It's just because of the people of Kerala. A lot of guys have saved, their lives just because of this. So a huge tribute to you people. Adiboli, you guys have done a great job. Okay, but yes, condolences for the people who have lost their life. No other words to say. But guys, the reason why I've come today is mainly because the guidelines and the SOP for the international travelers who are landing in Karnataka has been changed. Okay, it has been revised. So I'm going to say something very good news for you people in this particular video right here. A very good news for all the international travelers to Karnataka. No more IQs. A lot of people have been asking me, what about institutional quarantine? No more institutional quarantine. Only home quarantine for the people who are traveling from other countries to Karnataka, provided you are asymptomatic. Okay, but there are a set of rules, there are a set of instructions which you need to follow, which are, thing is, you need to apply Seva Sindhu pass. That is mandatory. You have the third option which says that traveling from other countries to Karnataka, definitely apply that. Alright, so along with this, you need to fill a self-declaration form before you travel. This is 72 hours before you travel. Okay, it is the Karnataka Yatri portal, which I'm going to mention it on the screen. The website is www.covidwar.karnataka.gov.in. I'm displaying the same thing on the screen. It's a Yatri online portal in which you need to apply, you need to submit your self-declaration form. Okay, Number two is for the business travelers or the short-time visitors, you need to have if you have a negative RT-PCR test, then you will be exempted from the quarantine. Okay, for these guys, the self-declaration form is mandatory. Make sure that you fill it before you travel, that is 72 hours before you travel. Okay. Number 3, okay, do's and don'ts about the quarantine rules have been mentioned in the ticket which you have already booked. Okay, you can just read through it, and the most important part is you need to have your Aptamitra, you need to have Quarantine Watch and the Arogya Setu app which is installed in your phone. During the travel, if suppose you haven't submitted your self-declaration form, you can still submit it. During the travel, you will be given a chance to fill the form and give it there as well. Okay, so make sure, but it's always better to apply it 72 hours before you travel. Point number 5, during arrival, okay, the first thing which they do is the self-declaration form. They might do a verification of it, and there will be a temperature scanning. The pulse oximeter reading will be taken there, and your Arogya Setu app, your Aptamitra app, as well as the Quarantine Watch will be checked. Okay, and the briefing of instructions and a small briefing of categorization. So now, what is categorization? I'm gonna say it here. Point number 6, as I told before, the categorization. Passengers who are arriving will be categorized into 2 parts. One is with symptoms, the other one is without symptoms. So symptomatic passengers will be subjected to the RT-PCR test. Okay, there will be 3 swab which is taken, and these are like, you have mild symptoms like sore throat, cough, temperature and so on. You will go ahead and do an RT-PCR test, which is right there in the airport, which might cost you somewhere around 800 to 2000 bucks. The payment has to be given by the passengers. If suppose you're found negative, you might be sent for the home quarantine. If suppose you're found positive, you will be taken to the government hospital close by, and you will be kept under observation for almost 7 days. Okay, now for the asymptomatic travelers, which is the most happiest part for the passengers, you will be directly sent to home for a 14 days of home quarantine. So no need to worry. Okay, it is as interstate traveler, international traveler also will be subjected for a 14 days of home quarantine. The point number 7, which might be very interesting and useful for a lot of people as well, short-term visitors or the business traveler. Okay, these are the documents you need to show. The point number 1 is document number 1 is the return ticket, which is not more than 7 days. You need to confirmly show that. The second thing is the place where you are staying. You need to have that address proof. Third one is the valid visa. The fourth one is the purpose of the travel. You might have some invitation letter from the organization or from the hospital or from someone. You can just show this as well. Okay, and make sure the return is within 7 days. Okay, all right. And very important point here is for the business traveler who are traveling for just 48 hours. This is from the time you have actually landed. Okay, you have landed at 5 p.m. The time starts from there until 48 hours. Okay, you're returning back to your country. This means that you wouldn't have to go through any kind of a quarantine or a COVID-19 test. Okay, make sure this is from the time, it's not from the next day, it is from the time you have actually landed. In case, if suppose, okay, you say that not 48 hours is not enough, you need 7 days, then definitely there will be a swab test which is done, RAT test which is done right there, which might cost you around 800 to 2000 bucks. And until your result comes, you have to stay there. You will be in isolation, and after that you can go ahead and complete your engagement, and you can actually return back to your country. Okay, so this is exactly same as the interstate business traveler, whatever happens during the interstate travel. Okay, there's another point here, guys who are coming for 7 days. If suppose you have already have a RT-PCR test, that is a negative report which is taken 96 hours before your journey, then you will be exempted from any kind of a COVID test which is done in the airport. So you can just go ahead and return back within 7 days. Finish your work and then return back within 7 days. One more important thing is the students who are arriving from the other countries to Karnataka to attend exams. Okay, make sure that you have your COVID negative certificate, the RT-PCR test which is already done, or the RAT test which is already done 96 hours before your travel. This will be really helpful for you guys, and you will be exempted from any kind of a quarantine. Okay, so and people who are actually landing in other states and then coming to Karnataka, I guess the different states have their own quarantine rules. I'm not sure about the other state, but about Karnataka as of now, no more institutional quarantine, just home quarantine if you are actually found asymptomatic. These were the guidelines, the new revised guidelines for the international travelers. I've tried to make it very simple. Okay, if you have any kind of a confusion, please do put it in the comment box. Okay, and also guys, my sincere request, I know that a lot of people have been, traveling to Karnataka. A lot of guys have got my help from the comment box, but none of you guys are actually, updating the travel testimonial. Only hardly 3 to 4 people. Okay, my sincere request for you guys is once you complete your work, okay, you just think, hey, nan kelsa mugdide, let me just go ahead. No, please, it will be very helpful for other people as well. So please update your travel testimonial under the pinned comments. And for all the other guys, my sincere request is read the pinned comments before asking questions. You might find your answers there itself. So guys, thank you so much. I hope this was very informative. Please do update. Please do share it to all your friends who are traveling from other countries to Karnataka. This might be very helpful as well. So cheers. This is Ashish Matthew. Do subscribe my channel. I will be updating a lot of videos as soon as the updates come. Thank you so much. This is Ashish Matthew signing off. Jai Karnataka Mate. Jai Hind. Cheers. Safe journey. Have your safety gears with you guys always. Okay. Bye bye. Cheers.